Welcome back to another podcast. What's it called? Why Sleep Matters. Are you a shit sleeper?
Is that the name of the podcast?
No, I'm asking you a question.
Oh. Sometimes.
All right, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, so we're going to start our little podcast off a little bit different today.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to celebrate some people. Is it your birthday?
Oh.
Ah, my microphone.
Put it back in. All right, just don't adjust it.
Oh, don't adjust. What about
Just
the
leave it and just put it back in the hole and just don't touch it. Fuck. I don't know why it's doing that. We're not pausing the podcast. We're just going to roll with the technical difficulties. See, this is what I mean. We need the arm ones. Oh, okay.
Well, I'll just do that, and then I'll fix that bit.
Sure.
How does it bend?
What are you trying to do?
I want it to be like, ow. I'm getting overstimulated. That's okay, fine. I'll just be like this. Doesn't matter. It works, it works, it works. Alrighty. Yeah, so we're going to celebrate some people. Mm-hmm. Is it your birthday?
No, it's not my birthday.
No. Who are you celebrating?
We're going to celebrate some client wins. We're going to change the format of the podcast a little bit to where each week we're going to aim to celebrate some client wins.
Yeah.
Each of our own clients.
Yeah. Well,
just
I guess clients of Limestone.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be ours. It could be any client.
Yeah.
If I see something on social media of one of your clients, I'll
shout it out.
Bring
it up. Well, do you want to start or you want me to start?
You start.
Alrighty. I have a client. She's been with me for 4 or 5 weeks now. And she's lost 39 centimeters already.
It's terrific.
Yeah. So she's down, I think, like roughly 4 or 5 kilos.
Good.
And she's just working hard. She's averaging like 10 to 13 steps. 10 to 13.
Yeah, so 10 to 13 steps a day.
10 to 13,000 steps a day.
Yeah, right.
Now, I want to point out that I think on average she's done, well, not average, total, prior to this week, she did 12 sessions out of 16. So she missed one a week. But she's still getting results. And that's because she's just been an absolute whiz.
She's consistent.
Yeah. Rather than doing like 4 1 week, one the next, just consistent 3. If she can get in the 4, and she's had lots of things on. She's had her birthday. She's gone away. So it's not like she's not living large. No. But what I want to talk about is, well, she's just an absolute ace. Love her. But what I want to talk about is there was a week where her weight, I can't speak today.
No, it's one of those days.
It is one of those days. Her weight spiked for the first time. It was after a few weeks, and it jumped up, I think, about 2 kilos. 1.5. Don't quote me on the exact number. And then obviously I looked through to see what was going on. And she'd gone to the dentist, took her snacks and everything, but it was one of those late nights. I didn't watch any of the tennis.
Boring.
It just went too late. And I think she didn't get to bed until 3 a.m. and had work the next day. And what does that do to the body, Patrick?
Well, poor sleep. Leads to weight spikes.
Yeah, because you're stressed. Your body's stressed. And then she just prioritized sleep, and guess what happened?
It went back down.
It went back down.
Yeah, poor night's sleep can lead to weight spikes. I always take that into a grain of salt. If I only get 5 hours sleep, I'll notice that the next day my weight's a little bit up. Yeah. But then you get a proper night's sleep, and then all of a sudden it goes back to normal.
Yeah.
So it plays a role. Everything plays a role. That's why the scale weight, I think, is, while it's a good tool to use, it should only be ever considered as a tool. Or one of many tools.
Yeah, one piece of the many puzzle.
I feel like I'm slouching.
Yeah, well, since yesterday, well...
I need a bit better sleep. I'd be more alert.
Well, I just would be, resent me a meme today.
A meme?
Like, he goes, "This is you."
What did I just hear? Oh, it was a Slack message. Right, we're still plugged into the computer. Yeah, cool.
And it was like this. It was like this.
Yeah, because that's how you sit when you look at your laptop.
I guess I can't see under glasses. Anyway, what is your client win?
Nice little segue there. So my client, he's been with me probably about the same time, maybe 4 weeks now that I think about it. But one of our biggest things is on the consult, I really like to figure out, we all do, because a lot of people come to us with like a weight goal, but there's always underlying things that weight goal or getting to that weight goal will actually express, and what they'll gain out of losing that weight. And that's something we put a lot of focus on too. So this client, one of his biggest goals was he wanted to lose weight, but also he wanted to have more energy to keep up with his kids, because they're quite young. I don't know the exact ages of the kids, but they're quite young, so very, very energetic, and he wants to be able to get down on the floor, keep up with them, all that kind of stuff. So he sent me a message midweek. I asked, I send out a message to my clients, hey, what are you proud of this week? What are 2 things that you've done that you were proud of? Don't need to be gym related, can be related to anything. One of his was just mainly making sure he was on top of his food, because he's got a very, very active job and very, very busy schedule. But the second one was that he finally felt like he had energy to keep up with his kids.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So
You're making me cry.
it doesn't always need to be like, I don't think like that then comes back to like people fixate a lot on scale weight and be like, oh, I've had a scale victory this week. But there are many victories that you can have that still lead to progress, that a lot of people, we're so hyper fixated on getting that scale weight number down that you overlook all the other small wins. Is why we track so much data. Like why sleep's better, increase of energy. Like I've got people that like they don't drop any scale weight that week, but they're like, okay, well, I look at all the other things, and people get so fixated on not seeing that number go down that they forget about all the other progressions they've made.
Yeah.
So look at if you're not being coached by us, if you're just doing your own thing, book a consult. But to manage all of your other things too. So don't just fixate on scale weight, do your measurements, track your sleep, track your mood, see what your stress levels are like. They don't need to be 100% accurate. They can just be a subjective number on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that, hey, I'm feeling a little bit, because you'll feel your stress level.
Yeah.
I know when I'm stressed. I fucking feel it.
My jaw feels it.
Yeah.
Or my tongue.
Yeah.
My tongue, I'm like, oh, I forgot to take it off the roof of my mouth. There when it's stressed. With my client. Just me doing. Well, as you said, like when we do our consult calls, we basically want to know the big goal. And you know, some people will say a specific number, but I always try and get them to say something that is not associated with a number. And it normally is something the way I feel in a certain situation.
Yeah.
And it could be, you know, playing with the kids, or it could be, you know, going to the beach and not feeling crap.
Yeah, or
Feeling
not
great.
feeling ashamed about how you look at the beach.
Yeah, not feeling that you have to rush out of the water to cover yourself with a towel. And, you know, that doesn't mean that that's 20 kilos. That doesn't mean that's 5 kilos. It's just a shift in your mentality as you become the better version of yourself.
Yeah, you're chasing a feeling more than you are a number.
I just want to pause.
Go for it.
I know we only meant to do one client each, but I have another client. It's very, very quick. She just finished up with me.
Okay.
She's been with me for a while. And I want to celebrate her because she didn't lose a great deal on the scales. And I was not concerned about that at all. The mental health shifts in it was crazy. But she just went back. She just came back from a weekend away or a week away.
Yep.
To like a beach place. And the thing that she said, I didn't struggle walking along the sand. She goes, my legs weren't dead. It was just a lot easy. She goes, I've never had that before. And, you know, I get it. When I was a bit big, just a bit.
Yeah.
Walking through the snow is real hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I only went when I was a bit big. I haven't been since I've been fit. So I'm professional snowboarder, I reckon now.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, God, I'm bloody gassed. Just walking around because you're just lifting a whole lot of weight. And
Yeah, and you probably wouldn't recognize that until you were out of that situation.
Oh, yeah.
While you're in it, you're probably just like, oh, this is normal.
Yeah, that's why I want to do these things. Like, I haven't gone wakeboarding since. I haven't gone like surfing since I've been fit. I'm like, I gotta try all these things. Maybe I'll actually really good at them. It was the weight holding me back. Patrick's been obsessed with this game called
GeoGuessr.
Because he's very good with geography.
I am.
I am not very good with geography.
No, but you're better at science. I've got a bit of both. So I've got here, I'm going to ask questions and you can see, like, I can't see the answers to the questions. It says show answer. So I'll ask the question. We'll both say an answer and then we'll check the answer. So do you want the questions that are from kids 4 to 8 or 9 plus to adults? Do you want to start with we'll do 2, because I'm going to do a couple questions from each. So we can do 4 to 8 to start with and we'll see how good you are.
Oh no, that's so scary, but okay.
Which country has the world's longest coastline? The longest coastline in the world. Which country do you think?
Australia.
You think Australia?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to answer these questions as well? Or do you want me to see your answer?
Have you checked the answer?
No, I haven't.
I think Australia.
But I already know the answer to it.
Oh, damn it. Australia's one big long
think it out loud.
coastline,
Yep.
the longest coastline. Well, Australia is all coast.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's country, individual.
Yep.
So I think it's Australia.
Okay, no, the logic makes sense, but there can be bigger countries than Australia that still have a coastline that would be arguably bigger.
But we are all around. Our coastline is infinity. It doesn't stop.
Well, there's an end point and a start point.
Okay,
That's not how measurements work.
That was my answer.
Otherwise, this room would be infinity too, because you just keep going around.
I don't really know any countries. yes.
So you think it's Australia? Is that your final answer?
Oh, America's bigger than us, and I guess
But they only have 2 coasts, technically.
I'm just going to go Australia. I'm not going to doubt it. I know it's not right, but that was my go. So
all right. Well, yeah.
What's your? What you already didn't even look.
I already knew the answer.
What's
but
the answer?
It's Canada.
Canada.
Yeah. Because arguably by size, they would be bigger than us, and their coastline would go further around. And that's what the answer says, so it must be right.
Okay. Anyway.
All right.
1 point to Patrick. Did you check the answer first?
No, I knew the answer.
I hate geography.
All right. Well, these ones are too easy. What continent contains the most fresh water? I don't even know the answer to this one. Fresh water. I think I know.
Antarctica. Can it be frozen? It's still fresh.
Ooh, okay. I was going to go
my answer.
I was going to go like South America. But you could be right.
But the glaciers hold the most water.
No, you could be right.
Okay, anyway.
So you think it's Antarctica? I think it's South America.
Oh,
because I was thinking like the
rainforest.
Yeah, and the Amazon. Is that fresh water?
Well, yeah.
But it connects to oceans. Does it count as fresh water?
The oceans won't. But when it evaporates, it only evaporates fresh water.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
You're right. Well, look at you go. You were right, Antarctica.
Can I tell you a fact?
Go on.
The water that is on Earth right now is the same water that dinosaurs drank.
The
amount of water on Earth never changes.
Yeah, relative, yeah.
It's just in different places. Anyway,
Isn't it the world's largest desert as well?
Yes, I got it right.
Because it doesn't rain?
Yes.
Actually, it's not dependent on whether it rains or not.
It's inhabitable.
Yeah, something weird.
like that.
But it's considered the world's largest desert. There you go.
Yes, because I've been working on my sleep. Because
you're a triathlete now.
No, because, well, I tried to come off my antidepressants.
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah.
Didn't work. Anyway, I got really anxious, but the thing that they do, I think I've spoken about this before, but they increase my natural melatonin production because I just have an imbalance in my brain.
Yep.
And without them, I just went from going to sleep at a regular schmegular time, still have an average sleep, to going to sleep real late. And I just could not get to sleep. My brain was like... Anyway, so I did go back on them, but obviously they don't come into full effect for 4 full weeks.
Jeez,
it's a slow build up. It's not just, I just take it and I'm like, oh, fixed.
Yeah, okay.
Gets your brain to do the work. Anywho, so I've been trying to do some, relaxation and whatnot. And lovely Wilbur, he is all about anesthesia.
You briefly explain this to me.
Non-sleep deep rest. Anyway, Andrew Huberman, I think he labelled it that. Ancient times, historically, it's called yoga nidra, and now the new phrase is anesthesia.
Sounds better. Sounds smarter.
I know yoga nidra sounds very like hum.
Yeah. You and Will chanting to each other.
And anesthesia is like acronym will save your life. My nose is itchy. Anyway, so it's about the difference between this type of relaxation technique is about slowing your thought processes without thinking about slowing your thought processes down. I think it's like can go from like 45 thoughts a second to like 1 to 3 a second per second.
45 thoughts a second. Sorry, I kind of zoned out there. Sorry.
I think that's what it was.
That's a lot of thoughts per second.
Yeah, that's some bing, bing, bing. You might not be thinking about them all, but they're all happening in your brain. And it's meant to promote your parasympathetic nervous system to start doing its thing.
Start to relax a little bit.
Yeah, and it's meant to make you feel like you've had a rest, you're rejuvenated, rather than meditation is more like, oh, your mind is starting to wander. Redirect your thoughts back to this.
You should do it. Like
I know, that was
audio
pretty
record.
good.
That was pretty good.
I know. I was like, ooh, I've listened to many. And I like this one because the one I've been listening to at the moment, actually, is a few of them. It'll ask you to feel sensations in your body, but it goes pretty quick because I normally get real bored of like what they're saying. So they're like, feel the sensation in your left, in your smallest finger, your next finger, and you're going pretty quickly. So you have to focus on like relaxing. But I also like his, you know, when you're doing like deep breathing or meditation, and they'll get you to breathe in and then breathe out. It's kind of like a competition because it was like breathe in for 3, breathe out for 4, breathe in for 3, breathe out for 5.
I always struggle with the breathing out part of like timing it.
But then like it goes up to like 9 or 8.
You just black out.
No, you still breathe in the same amount, but it's just different. I don't know. I really like it.
I have to try it. I'll try it tonight and I'll give you an update.
Yeah. Anyway, I do like the 1.5 hour one before bed, but I fall asleep within like 7 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. And then I've just set my phone so YouTube doesn't start playing ads or like.
Yeah, that's why I pay for the premium version.
I go 7-day free trial, see how it goes.
Good.
But also it doesn't go into like apple bottom jeans next. Like, I'm not going to be waking up to some intense thing. Anyway, I've been feeling a difference in it. And then the other night I didn't do it and I didn't have as a restful sleep. But Will does it often like mid-afternoon on a Saturday when he's feeling a bit tired.
Yeah.
And I'll go in there and I can hear it going on. And sometimes I'm like...
Do you have it playing out loud or do you have it in headphones?
Playing out loud.
Okay.
Playing out loud.
I have to sleep with headphones in.
Well, you can just put it in the headphones then.
I'm a weird individual.
That is weird. But he comes downstairs after his little like 20-minute nidra.
Yeah.
And he's like refreshed. I have yet to try it during the day, but...
We just do it after the podcast. We just lay on the floor and do it.
Well, I have a little nap. Anyway, I got a fact for you.
Go on.
I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
No, you're explaining. I'm listening.
Well...
You're teaching me something.
I harp on so much about sleep to people.
Yep.
Because sleep is the silent killer. Lack of sleep.
A lot of sleep is not killing you. It's good.
No. Lack of sleep. Because I just find it interesting. The longest person someone's gone... the person who's gone the longest without sleep is about 11 days, 25 minutes.
And they start hallucinating and going mental?
Oh, well before that. Before that. But no one's... They die after that.
Yep.
11 days is basically... You may be a little bit earlier than that, but 11 days is the max. Whereas with water, you can go 2 to 3 months without food.
Yeah, body fat stores.
Yeah, but isn't that crazy that like...
sleep is so vital.
People are often so focused, like I'm exercising, I'm eating all my food, I'm getting all my steps in, yet you're not prioritizing sleep.
I harp on it about it too, and I am guilty of poor sleep. Many a times I have stayed up way too late playing World of Warcraft.
And I make him go to bed earlier, even though sometimes I can't.
Yeah, but I've been getting up early. I've been in here early.
Yeah.
And like the night, I noticed the difference between if I get like 8 hours of sleep and then like 6 hours of sleep. I blast clients being like, no, more than 6 hours of sleep, please. And then I get 6 hours of sleep, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do anything today.
I can also tell because he comes in. I come in and he goes,
grumpy.
I'm like, what's wrong? Nothing. Just concentrating. I'm like, okay, did you not have a good sleep?
Yeah, but I think so that... Hello? Yes.
We just got a visitor.
Bye.
He's so cute. He's like, hey, friends. That's our boss trying to distract us from our work.
Yeah.
No.
What were we saying before we were rudely interrupted?
You'll come in, I'll come into work and
I'll be grumpy. Yeah. They're the days that I've had bad sleep. But I think that in terms from like a training aspect, you're right. People prioritize everything else and then they just forget about sleep. And I think your analogy there of that, like you can go 3 months without food. You can only go like, I think it's 7 days or something, a little bit less than that without water. Yeah. And then sleep is 11 days and you start hallucinating and you die.
No, you start hallucinating after a few days.
Oh.
No, you die at 11 days. Hallucinations.
Can we Google that?
Hallucinations can come in.
We should have this here more often, honestly.
Hallucinations can come in within like 3 days.
Really?
Depends on the person.
Well, I've never stayed up. I reckon the longest I've stayed up is, I would say 24 hours. I reckon.
And how long until
you start die from sleep, lack of sleep?
Okay,
but I reckon
how many hours lack of sleep
till death.
Till hallucinations.
Oh, okay.
We're done death.
Oh, we have 11 days. Imagine, like, I'm yawning now, and I had 6 hours of sleep last night. Imagine 11 days. You'd feel rancid. But I think from a training perspective, even if it's the goal is you're in a growth phase, you're in a fat loss phase, sleep is paramount for any kind of progression because that's where we rejuvenate, we recover, we restore. And if you're neglecting that, you can eat the best food in the world and drink the best water in the world with your bloody boiled and like you with your little filter on it. Don't drink your tap water. You can have all that stuff, but if you're not getting 7 hours of sleep a night at least, you're going to be wondering why you're not making any progress. Stress is going to be high, cortisol's going to be through the roof, and you're going to be pretty fucking miserable. Also, a fun little fact for you. The lower sleep you have, your control around food goes down. Your willpower around food goes down because you are tired and your body is chasing those quick sugar highs. As soon as I get if I'm getting consistent 5 hours of sleep a night, I'm like, fuck, I could really fucking go for some McDonald's right now. And I noticed that my ability to stay adherent with food starts to drop off significantly.
Oh yeah, there's no emotional regulation happening. There's no logic.
Gone.
It's just emotions.
You want the food. You want quick hits of dopamine and sugar to get those energy levels up.
Yeah.
So if you want to be more adherent with your food, go to bed earlier.
Get some more sleep.
Get some more sleep. Get some quality sleep.
Your metabolism's going to work a lot better if you are sleeping adequately because there's not going to be any, spikes and...
No, you're not going to be, and you're going to be more tolerable to be around, and your training performance will improve too. I notice the nights that I have lack of sleep, I feel like rat shit in the gym the next day. Have you found? Have you found it yet?
Yeah, I got stages of.
Go on, give me the hallucinations.
All right, so after 24 hours, you're going to have dizziness, irritability.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically me already. Anger, increased risk of stress, decreased alertness, impaired concentration, brain fog, fatigue, tremors, reduced coordination, increased risks of mistakes or accidents, food cravings, puffy eyes, dark under eye circles. That's just 24 hours, no sleep.
Can you move the laptop a little bit away from the microphone? You're picking up. Could just be mine. That's all right. No, keep going. Sorry, keep going.
Alrighty. So after 36 hours, so that's,
what's
a
that,
day and a half. Impaired memory, difficult learning new information, behavioral changes, impaired decision-making, difficulty processing social cues.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this sounds like you all the time. This is like us. Maybe we're just
slow
lack of
reaction
sleeping.
time, increased errors. You may also increase. You might also leave.
Also leave. Have you had any? How much sleep have you had? You lack of 36 hours of sleep?
No, I had 7.
Yeah, right. Good.
I literally had 7.
Good.
I wake up at 4:40.
Look at you.
Increased appetite, increased inflammation, impaired immune function, extreme fatigue. Also, that as well. If you're not getting enough sleep, your immune system's not able to do its thing.
You'll be sick as fuck.
If you find that you're getting sick often, I would also look at how much sunlight time you're getting and also how much sleep you're getting. Yeah. Consistent. Not like 10 hours one night, 6 hours the next. Consistent sleep each night.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We're getting the good stuff. 48 hours.
Yeah, go.
Depersonalization.
What's that mean?
You don't know who you are?
I assume it's like you're starting to disassociate. I'm not very personal.
Yeah. Heightened stress levels, anxiety, increased irritability, extreme fatigue. All right, there we go. 72 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Illusions, delusions, disordered thinking, depersonalization.
Right.
After 96 hours of being awake, after 4 days, your perception of reality will be severely distorted. Your urge for sleep will also feel unbearable. If you miss so much sleep that you're unable to interpret reality, it's called sleep deprivation psychosis.
Oh, so you go into psychosis?
Yeah, typically sleep deprivation.
Sleep deprivation.
Wow. Psychosis goes away once you get enough sleep, but not always.
Yeah.
People have ended up in like
psych wards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From that. Anyway.
Interesting. So don't go 96 hours without sleep, whatever you do.
Let's try it.
Just sit in here, stay awake for as long as possible.
We'll do it for you to show you. No, not really.
And we'll record the whole thing.
Anyway, don't underestimate a good sleep.
No, you're right. You're right. I think, who was it? We had Phil on the podcast. If you want to learn more about sleep, more in depth, Phil is super smart on sleep. Go back and watch that episode. He was talking about after a certain point in time, you start to inhibit your own melatonin production. I can't remember. I think it's after 3 days or 4 days of poor sleep, you start to inhibit your own melatonin production.
Yeah.
And by getting a lack of sleep is impacting your ability to get sleep.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So
Yeah.
if you're you're self-sabotaging over and over again.
Well, and that's the thing is going to sleep, you know, when you've stayed up late. So, you know, when you go good Monday to Friday.
Yep.
And I always tell my clients, try and be as consistent as possible. Saturday night, you go, oh, I'm going to stay up late, stay up 2 hours extra.
Yep.
Sunday, it's not like 5 days out of the week you've been good. It's not like your body goes, oh, let's work out on an average how good we've been. Your body will go, last night I went to bed at this time. I'm going to go to bed at a similar time today.
Yeah.
Did you know that there is an increased risk of heart attacks when daylight saving starts?
Because people's sleep gets pushed.
Because the circadian rhythm gets mucked up for 1 hour, and there is an increased risk of like blood pressure, heart attacks, anxiety.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that crazy?
I wouldn't even correlate the two, but it did make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Before we wrap things up, what do you do pre-bed? Because I have a lot of clients that... Why don't you just smirk at me like that for?
You know what I do before bed.
Watch House.
And then William, this is so embarrassing, but I'm going to be honest. Will reads me a chapter of my book.
That's right. Yeah, you get a story read to you and you get tucked into bed.
It's my anxiety book. And I was like, I don't want to read this stupid book. I was like enjoying it. And then I went into, when I wasn't taking my antidepressants, I was like, it's funny because you go, you know, you need to do something to get better. But you're like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like your brain just wins.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like, can you just read me some pages tonight? I was like, just get to the good stuff. And then Will did it. And I was like, this is nice. And we put the yoga nidra on. And then I was like out. I'd never fallen asleep so quickly. And then we did it again. And I think he just does it so I get to bed slightly earlier.
Yeah.
Because he goes to bed a lot earlier than I would. Like he's in bed by 8 or 7.
Yeah, right.
That's
Still light outside.
Still light outside at like 9 o'clock.
It's annoying. I hate it.
So that is my bedtime routine.
Can Will read me bedtime stories?
Yeah, come have a sleepover. Come have a sleepover. We watch House. He plays FIFA.
I think that I think a consistent. Oh, pardon me. A good episode for sleep. I'm fucking tired today. I think a consistent bedtime routine helps because it starts to train you to start winding down. I read. Unfortunately, I don't have someone to read to me. I read. You read obviously non-fiction with your anxiety book. Is it non-fiction or is it like story based?
It's non-fiction, but there's some like a girl's talking.
I try and read fiction, even though technically my one at the moment's not fiction. It's not anything self-help related because self-help. If I read any kind of business books before I go to bed or self-help books,
businesses.
Bro, I'm awake. I'm thinking.
This one you might like if it was not a it can be made for anyone. It just talks about like silent little mantras, being like you know.
No, mine's about the CIA. At the moment.
You're not anxious. Your whole personality is not anxious, and I'm thinking, okay. And then I always say to Will, and I was like, I already knew all of that part. She just told me.
Yeah.
And he goes, like, when's the good bit? And I skip through the contents page, being like, far out. Got so many nuts to that bit.
At least you have to read it though. But yeah, I do non-fiction before I go to bed. In this case, mine is a fiction book, a non-fiction book, but it's not anything self-help related. It's a biography about the CIA and things like that. But I think that again, the self-help and that is all great. But before bed, it's going to keep you awake because you're going to be thinking about whatever problem you've got. You're going to be thinking about how to fix it.
See, this is not about any problems.
No. So it's different. But if it's a book on how to fix anxiety.
Step 1.
Yeah.
Do this.
And if it makes you think, that's not in a sense of, like I read Lord of the Rings before I'd go to bed.
See, but I can't think something too imaginative because it comes to life in my dreams.
Okay, well, we have different problems, but I think reading before bed, not scrolling on your fucking phone. Helpful tip about the phone. If you use it as an alarm, that's not an excuse to have it by your bed because you can hear the alarm on the other side of the room.
Can I tell you a little fact?
Can I quickly finish my sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, thanks.
No worries.
So set the alarm, turn the volume up, and plug it into the other side of the room. So when it goes off, you have to get up out of bed to turn the alarm off.
Yeah.
Yeah? Sorry, continue. What was your little fact?
No, I love that. 2 things.
Go on.
First thing, I want to buy this alarm clock. Will said no because it's $300. It's called a Hatch.
What does it do?
Anyway, it slowly starts putting the bulb lighter and lighter.
Oh, my client was talking about one of those.
Lighter and lighter, and it starts doing natural bird noises and stuff. So you're like, oh, the sunshine says hello. And you wake up and you can also have it like sunset times.
So it quietens the room down.
It makes it, it tells your brain, because going on that. So you kind of go through 4 stages when you wake up. Your brain does. Waking up, and then the 4th stage is sort of like alert, ready to go.
Yep.
You're meant to gradually go through those.
We don't though.
Because otherwise you're going to have a spike in your cortisol and you're going to screw it all up.
Yeah.
And you just go and screw it up. Going on your phone immediately within the first hour and a half, I think, of you waking up takes you from stage 1 to stage 4.
0 to 100.
So it then kickstarts your dopamine, you know, trying to get that dopamine from that thing that got you to that stage, which is your phone. That's why people are going to check it all the time. But going from 1 to 4 puts you in a heightened state of stress, and you can't come back from that stress.
Okay.
No, because you've missed 2 stages.
That's your baseline for the day.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I've been like not going on my phone straight away. Like I tried to do that anyway, but I've been like nope.
I'm bad. I check it. Like I'll wake up.
You check it before you go to bed too.
Yeah, it's bad.
I know, I told you off.
Yeah, you did. I opened my WhatsApp to see if there are any client messages in there.
He'll like call me and he'll be like, that one time you're like, did you just wake up? I'm like, no, but I'm doing my thing in the morning. I was stretching.
Yeah, that's right.
I was rolling.
Yeah. I'm very bad. I wake up first thing I do in the morning is I just
scroll.
Let's
do a little challenge.
Okay.
From now until next podcast.
Okay.
We will not touch it at all before when we wake up.
Okay.
And we'll see. I'm going to do a study on him, see his moods. And no checking it before bed too, because you've been very naughty about that. No more.
Okay. Yes, Mum.
I'm going to tell your mum too. I'll call her clinic and say Patrick's not allowed his phone is in his room.
She'll be like, sleep with the door open.
Scrolling on his laptop.
Yeah. I've hacked the system. All right, well.
Anyway.
Is there anything else we want to go through? I think it's just getting sleep is the most important part. People neglect it.
Now, if you don't know what to do in your sleep routine, just hit us up. You can message us. You can, we can organise the chat, try and fix it for you. And if you've got any loved ones in your life that think you think they don't sleep too much, one of the people go, I function better off 5 hours sleep.
Yeah, it's like Phil also said this in the podcast that we did with him, that it's like 3% of people or something stupidly low.
Yes.
So you're probably a liar.
Yeah. You've just told yourself that.
Yeah, you're just coping.
You're just coping. So if you know anyone, share them this. If you want to learn about geography.
Also share them this. Hit me up. Ask me any question. I know the answer.
I got some of them right though. Alrighty, have a good day.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah, whatever. Whenever you listen to this. If you're listening to it before bed, sweet dreams.
Put your phone away.
Yeah, put your phone away and turn the thing the fuck off. If you're using our voices to go to sleep, you've got some problems.
Shh, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, my little baby.
All right, stop.
Psych. Okay, goodbye.
Bye-bye.